the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. And we've now reached critical mass for this very exciting NBA season. Tonight we'll be watching the Los Angeles Clippers playing against the Golden State Warriors. Well, for Golden State, they know it's always tougher winning on the road, facing a solid team, but one with weaknesses. They'll look to take advantage and steal the win. And with Golden State's leisurely stroll through the regular season last year being so much better than pretty much everybody else, how likely is it that they'll be able to keep this level of play up? Are we looking at a potential dynasty?
Well, they need to have the core team back to have a dynasty. You know, obviously the Splash Brothers, and then you're talking about Draymond. You keep that core together and you keep adding parts to it. Keep adding parts to it. Keep adding parts to it.
Until you can't add any more parts.
And then you're going to be okay, and then you have a dynasty. You look at what the Spurs have done with Tim Duncan and put Parker and Ginobili. They just added parts to it. Added parts to it.
Well, to add on to what Kenny is saying, the only thing they lack is really a really, truly dominant big man. But I don't think that's necessary to have a dynasty, especially these days, because I buy all the big people off.
Wouldn't that be an amazing mix if they had a dominant big man to go with that bunch?
Yes, indeedy.
That was well added, Ernie.
Time now for tip-off. Kevin Harlan has the call, and we will see you at a later date.
The Staples Center for a Western Conference contest with the Los Angeles Clippers here in L.A. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, and we'll be hearing from D.A. along the sideline all game long. This is the first game in the Warriors road trip. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
It's go time. Now, these are two teams whose rivalry goes way back, and anytime they renew it, the fans, as well as all that are involved, are going to be in for a treat.
There's a lot of hype behind this matchup tonight, and you can see why. These two squads do not like each other, so this is going to be a fun one.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And Golden State looking at who they've got. The incredible shooting pair of Curry and Thompson in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Pachulia, and it's Durant in at the 3. Down low, here's Bass. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Bass has got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Clippers. Clippers on defense. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And in this matchup, last season, not one of the games went their way.
Now here's Thompson. He's coming off a 19-point game against Indiana.
And he really made an impact defensively. His 4 steals were huge.
The shot by Redick, no good.
almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
Smitty, now that we're in the middle of the season, it seems that every team has a feel for what everyone else is going to try to do and do on the court.
Yeah, and a lot of scouting comes in around the midway point. You're saying this is what they have. Can they make any changes? If they don't, this is what we're going to add to try to beat them.
Not good shot selection. Long range and the defender all up in your jersey.
If you're the defender, you're like, yes, take that shot. I'll play the percentages.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Jordan. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And for DeAndre Jordan, the story with his fallout with the Mavs seemed to dominate all news around him for so long. Smitty, fortunately, the further away he gets from that debacle, more fans will let it kind of slide into history.
I love the way DeAndre benefit from just being locked in on the basketball court. Very productive this year. And you know, yes, everything that happened in the offseason, but it didn't carry on into the regular season. He had a fantastic year. Well, DeAndre Jordan is a guy that will rebound the basketball, block shots. But what I like about right now is becoming an offensive threat, being able to run the floor and make an impact on both ends.
That one misses. And DeAndre Jordan changes the game defensively, Steve, as you alluded to. Oh!
Yes, goodness. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
I love to see them push it like that because the reason why, he's a deadly finisher in the transition game.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Paul, right side, and Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Paul with the 3.
Terrific energy from Curry on the defensive end, using his quick feet and great contest on the shot.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Durant with it. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Indiana. It's stolen by Bass. Ball against Curry. Outside Jordan. Back to Paul. And Mbamute kicks to Jordan. Paul for 3. Tries again. Great D that time from Green.
I like the aggressiveness, but against that type of defensive pressure, he's out of his element.
Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Gotta admire the aggressive nature of that dunk by Thompson. No mercy when he takes it strong to the cup.
Clippers trail by 5. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big follow. Now here's Curry. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. For 3, Durant. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
How do you stop a 7-footer who gets his shot off that quickly from range? KD, one of a kind.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against Indiana.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Their offense came fairly easy to them out there. The D wasn't rushing them to do anything, and because of that, they made a lot of smart, calculated decisions that turned into easy points.
Oh, here comes Curry all alone. Finished off the break.
Everyone knows how amazing Green is on defense because of his long reach. Nice job there starting the transition play.
Bass, a screen on Green. Paul kicks to Bass. Jordan the screen. Bass dishes to Jordan. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. 5 on the clock. Paul for 3. He doesn't hit that one. Curry with some nice D.
You know, even though he's been off the mark this quarter, he's trying not to let it shake his confidence.
And Thompson gets it to go.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Paul kicks to Redick. Pass to Jordan. There's the dish to Paul. Puts up a 3. Again, the miss by Paul.
He is so out of his element right now. Hasn't made a shot all quarter. I feel for him.
Green, the screen. Durant kicks to Green. Thompson for the triple. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jordan's got his 3rd rebound on the night. They get a hand on it. Clippers trail by 8. Paul outside. Bass with a screen for Paul. Bass gets an open look. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Bass has got his 2nd basket of the game.
No hesitation from Chris Paul, getting the basketball to the open man quickly.
Thompson, a screen on Paul. Curry passes to Thompson. Back to Curry. Thompson against Paul. Right side Curry. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Warriors.
And the long-range game, a staple for them offensively. It's clear they embrace the value of that extra point, and spacing the floor, something they look to do every time they're on the court.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. Steve, you grew up in Detroit and came into a league right after the Bad Boy Pistons had won back-to-back titles with their hard-nosed style of basketball. Do you miss that more physical brand of basketball?
Yeah, I do. Being a Detroiter, growing up watching the Bad Boys, they won championships playing defense, but I think they also was an innovator on the offensive end. People don't realize Bill Laimbeer was one of the first pick-and-pop centers in my era to get a chance to watch him. So Isaiah Joe Dumars, Rodman, Sally, love the way they play. I kind of like the little physical basketball playing back then.
So if someone said to you, the game is different now, but is it necessarily better than it was? Is it more pleasing to watch now than it was, say, in the 90s?
Yeah, I think it's more fluid offensively. I think it was a lot of fouls, but I enjoyed it in that era, but I understand the way they had to clean up the game.
Clippers trail by 6. Here's Paul. Against Indiana, he was really on his game. Was shot by Redick, no good. It's Durant on the wing. He's guarded by Mbamute. Here's Green. It's tipped. Tries to keep it alive. Mbamute dishes the ball. Outside, Redick. It up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And DeAndre is one of the best in the business in that situation. You let him sneak in behind you, and you're going to pay.
Curry kicks to Pachulia. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. The Clippers shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now here's Green. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana.
He owned the glass in that one, too. No one could put a body on him.
Here's Curry. Nice shot from the wing. Curry's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
He is very comfortable in taking mid-range jump shots also.
Paul kicks to Bass. Jordan the screen. Bass passes to Redick. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
and the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Curry kicks to Pachulia. Thompson against Redick. Thompson dishes to Curry. Bank shot, no good. Clippers trail by 4. Paul for 3, connects from three-point range. Paul's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And for all the leadership and his mental toughness, Chris Paul has said that he won't be a coach when it's all said and done for him as a player. Steve, a bit surprising as you think he'd be a fantastic coach.
Yeah, I think so. I think one of those guys that, yeah, right now he said he doesn't want to be a coach. Coaching isn't for everybody. But at the end, yeah, I think Chris Paul still might look at that coaching.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And let's look now at which teams have been the hottest offensively for the past 10 games. The Warriors, number 1.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Now Livingston. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
He really did an outstanding job setting up his teammates as well. The defense could not figure out where the ball was going to go next.
Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Stolen by Rivers. Takes it from 10. Rebounded by McGee. The Warriors leading. Here's Iguodala. And the Warriors miss again. The Clippers shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. They get the rebound. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. And the Clippers lead by 1. Warriors shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. And there's the feed to West. He dishes it to McGee, the 8-footer. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
A moment now to see the numbers for Andre Iguodala. He's putting up 6 points a night, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad. But, guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
6 on the shot clock, and taken away by Johnson. Now the pass to Spates. Hands the 12-footer. And now a 3-point Clipper lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Livingston kicks it to West. To end the run, a drive by Iguodala. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, we all know that Iguodala does more than what shows up in the box score. But you can't overstate how important that is to a team. Executes all the little plays, Steve. You know, things you need, and then it shows up in big moments.
You know, Andre Iguodala is one of those players, whatever you need, you said it best. But clutch plays down the stretch. And he's also one of those guys that you love to have in the locker room for other guys to learn from. He keeps things very jovial and light for his team. But he's a guy that when it's time to play, the prankster in him goes away when he gets on the court.
Both good from the line that time. And Smitty, when you were a young player in the league and taking on the great legends of the 90s, were there any games where you were just in awe of who you were on the court facing?
A lot, Kevin, but some names that come to mind was first Michael Jordan. Going up against the great Michael Jordan. A lot of people say they played against Michael, but he played the 2-guard position.
Right at you,
I had to guard him,
my gosh.
and he was guarding me. And then growing up in Detroit, got a chance to work out with Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, and then compete against these guys. those are the three names that come to mind. I think those are the three that really had an influence on my game.
And the single most difficult guy for you to cover?
By far. I couldn't cover him. That was Michael Jordan.
And who was a guy that was the best defensive player on you, guarding you?
And he was a teammate of mine, so a lot in practice. But then when we got traded and separated, Stacey Altman, the plastic man, was the guy I had problems with.
The Clippers shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. Warriors trail by 6. Passes it to McCaw. To the middle. Here's West. And the dunk by West.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Crawford with the ball. West picks him up. Spates kicks to Crawford. Drills it from outside. And the Clippers lead by 7.
Crawford has been a solid outside shooter throughout his lengthy career. Got to at least get an arm up as he's going up.
Over in the corner, Livingston. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 5. The shot's good.
That was a perfect bounce pass to help get his teammate a good look at the bucket.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
And the free throw, no good.
Sean Livingston has really turned his career around, becoming one of those guards that you want to have on your team. He's a luxury because he can handle it and he can post up.
Crawford against Iguodala. Spates the pass to Felton. Out of hand on it. McCaw. No good on that one. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Los Angeles on top, up by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And work ethic, a big part of Steph Curry's success, as he was not a highly regarded 5-star recruit coming out of high school.
There's obviously ways that you can get better as a player from year to year and find different ways to show, what you're capable of, and that's kind of how, my story unfolded from high school to now, is just adding a little bit of piece here, a piece there every single year.
And he's certainly become not only a complete player, but the kind of true star guys that every team is looking to build around.
When he was drafted, Steph was viewed by most scouts as a great shooter. Not a centerpiece, but boy, were they wrong.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Everyone on the court just has an eye for what the offense is going to do next, and that's beautiful to watch.
Rivers out there with Felton. Then there's Maurice Spates, and it's Crawford, and it's Johnson in at power forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Golden State. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, the Clippers, 4.5 games behind.
And for the Warriors, they've had just the kind of season you knew they were capable of. I mean, they've got all the talent in the world, but how about maximizing it to the fullest?
That's been the key. This coaching staff knows what their strengths are. They play to those strengths. That's how they've gotten the most out of their talent.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
Sean Livingston's court vision is amazing. Being able to hit the open guy right on stride.
Iguodala against Crawford. The baseline J. McGee with the block. Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. A different look for the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Spates. And it's Paul in for Raymond Felton. And then for Golden State, Green comes in for West. And Kevin Durant is subbed in for Andre Iguodala. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. But he recovers it. Clock at 6. Paul for 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Warriors trail by 6.
When you look at Klay Thompson being drafted back in 2011, to pair him up with Stephen Curry, the Warriors essentially have doubled down on three-point shooting. They have 2 guys that are lights out behind the line.
Here's Johnson following the basket by Draymond Green. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Paul missing again.
In this first half, he is really falling in love with the 3. So far, not paying dividends.
Outside shooting never more important than it is in today's NBA. And Steve, you get the sense that the best shooting backcourt in NBA history was no accident. I mean, this was by design.
Yeah, to go draft 2 guys that can flat out shoot the basketball. People are saying the best 2 shooters in the league, and you know what? They might be right. Well, Draymond Green is the heartbeat of the Golden State Warriors. Up and down in the playoffs. He's definitely one of those guys. His shooting performance was not great, but he does so many other things for the Golden State Warriors.
And Mbah is checked in for Los Angeles. Good on the second free throw. And with Draymond in the playoffs, he did experience all the highs and the lows. The Warriors as a team followed suit in how he played.
Well, Draymond's one of those guys, when you start to look at his numbers, yes, up and down. But when you talk about a guy that competes and does all the little things, he did it. Win or lose, love him or hate him, you have to respect Draymond for leaving it all out on the floor.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Durant with the screen on Mbah. Curry dishes to Green. Here's Thompson. The fader. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
It takes more than that to bother Draymond. The defense can throw the kitchen sink at him, but he is so good at keeping his concentration.
To the middle, here's Paul. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. It's good. 9 points for Johnson.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Every time we turn around, he's getting another dish on the highlight reel.
Now, here's Thompson. 6 points for him. Green in the post. Johnson's there. Here's Curry with the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Rivers in the corner. To the paint. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Rivers. Johnson's got 4 this quarter.
That's a solid pass right inside where his teammate wants it.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Here's Durant.
When you're that long and that athletic, I'll tell you, KD has the ability to put a little extra on it.
Ball outside. Takes the 13-footer. Draymond Green grabs the miss. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Tough night for him shooting the basketball, but this team has been resilient. That's why they hold the lead. That's a great example of the importance of chemistry. He knew where his teammate wanted the ball, and he put it right there.
Lobs it up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
You know, DeAndre is very choosy. He usually won't take anything but a high percentage shot in the paint.
Curry against Paul. From the arc. Rebound by the Clippers.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Johnson the screen. And Mbah the pass to Johnson. Dishes to Mbah. 14 feet away. Johnson's shot is off. Warriors trail by 5. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Chris Paul is still in search of his first NBA title. He said he used to think about it as a personal goal. But then he said at some point it clicked and became, we're going to do this. I think all of us are at that point. It's clear he's invested in this team. He said, there's no question this is where I want to be. I want to win. Here. Kevin?
All right, thanks, D.A. He's got talent around him for sure. Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Brandon Bass is checked in for Johnson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Austin Rivers.
With Stephen Curry out, Klay Thompson really stepped up. Had no problem being the first option guy on the offense for the Warriors. He was the team's go-to guy while Steph was out.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Outside Curry. He feeds it to Durant. Lets the 3 fly. And the Warriors miss again.
A three-point marksman. He couldn't have asked for a better look. Sometimes it just doesn't go down.
And Mbamute dishes to Jordan. Paul kicks to Jordan. Jordan with the screen on Durant. Excellent use of the screen that time. Redick's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Here's Durant. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor. For Los Angeles, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor.
Shooting 2.
Control the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
He's off on the first. So many great players have played for the Clippers, but right now we could be watching 2 of the all-time best with Paul and Griffin definitely on the short list for the title of all-time greatest Clipper players.
I totally agree with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. Those 2 definitely can claim as one of the best Clippers to ever play the game. But you also have to count back to when the Clippers were the Buffalo Braves. You could throw a name like Bob McAdoo in there.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. And now just a 3-point Clipper lead.
And this is the kind of basketball that Durant wants to play. Ball movement, hit the open man.
Steve, you've covered the league and been involved as a player for so long. Just how good are modern coaches? And, you know, an extension to that, who is your pick for being the best coach right now in pro basketball?
Well, I think it's still Greg Popovich. He's done just a fabulous job being able to change styles, bringing in new players, also having guys that were #1 option, getting them to buy in, to come off the bench sometime, play lesser minutes. And then you have a guy like Steve Kerr. And then also one of my all-time favorites is Doc Rivers. Just a guy who has a great feel for players and people.
The coaches today have so much more at their fingertips in terms of tape and analytics than the coaches of even just 15 and 20 years ago. Is it hard to compare the 2 groups?
Yeah, it is. I mean, like you said, because there's so much involved now. And then a lot of these coaches are wearing 2 hats. I mean, they're the president or GM, also coaching. So they're doing totally different jobs than the coaches back in the day.
Here's Bass, and finished off by Bass.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now here's Curry. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Fires the 3. And the Warriors get it back. Here's Durant. No good on that one.
Okay, that lay-in. He's tricky, but the defense was just too tight on him.
Lobs it up for Jordan. The shot that time, not on target. And Golden State will come the other way. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Boy, he has a gift. KD can score on anybody.
Clippers leading by 3. Paul outside. Pass to Bass. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. The Clippers have shot 50% from the line today. 3 for 6.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
And he makes the first. Now, with the recent struggles that the Clippers have had in the playoffs, you know, Smitty, you have to wonder if there is pressure for Doc Rivers to take this team to the conference finals.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because they have so much talent. You look at this team, people want to know in Clipperland, can we ever get a chance to win the finals? As Doc being in the front office and coaching, it's time for them to win.
And the Warriors certainly a dominant team, but I think what captivates the fans, Steve, just as much as their style of play, ball movement, up-tempo, shots from all over the floor. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. The best shooting backcourt in league history with Curry and Thompson. Like you said, it's the playmaking and intelligence of the players around them that enable them to take full advantage and pick teams apart.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Crawford's checked in. And here is Los Angeles now. They lead by 7. Second shot opportunity. Here's Spates. It's rebounded by West.
I guess even he took this one of those once in a while.
Iguodala gets the bucket.
Just an exceptional job by Iggy, imposing his will down inside with his strong frame.
Crawford kicks to Bass. Unable to get that one. West with some nice D. Outside Curry. Kicks to Thompson. The 3. Great D that time from Reddick.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Kept alive. And another shot. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. McCaw, he's checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Curry. And the fans all love Maurice Spates. He added a 3-pointer, you know, Steve, to his game over the past few years. He is now one of the better stretch 4s because of it.
And that's hard work. People call him Mo Buckets. Maurice Spates loves taking the 3. He lights up, and you know what? His teammates, you can tell when he's taking that shot, they're looking for it to go in.
For Sean Livingston, a lot of his scores come from him hitting a jumper on a smaller guard. His post-up game and turnaround shot are one of the hardest things to stop in the league.
And so many people say, well, he has an advantage because of his size and height. But first of all, you got to have the ability and skills to handle the basketball as a point guard. And so what, you're down there with smaller guys. You have to have skill set to make those turnaround jumpers. And also the mid-range game, that's an art. Sean Livingston has mastered it.
So he gets them both. Clippers leading by 5. Right side, Felton. In the corner, it's Bass. Feeds it to Spates. And he uses the glass on the layup. Spates has got 6.
Outstanding job looking for his teammate and connecting with him with a flawless pass.
Iguodala with the bucket.
Big difference from the first quarter to the second. His shot looks completely in rhythm now.
On the wing, Jamal Crawford. He kicks it to Spates. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Livingston passes to West. Back to Livingston. Pass to McCaw. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Love the ball movement by Sean Livingston. Quickly getting the ball over to his shooters. Well, the first thing comes to mind when you think about the Los Angeles Clippers is offense, but they had a very good defense. They were fantastic on that end, and it was led by DeAndre Jordan and Chris Paul.
Speaking of the Clippers, Steve, and their defensive prowess, they do protect the rim well. They block shots. DeAndre Jordan, certainly one of the best in the business there. But it goes much beyond that with their defense.
They do a great job of getting a hand in the face of shooters. Second best in the league last year for opposing teams' field goal percentages. Clippers just don't get enough credit for being a strong defensive team.
And so here are the Clippers, following the score by Golden State. Crawford, no luck.
If his shots were just a little more on point tonight, they'd be holding a much bigger lead right now.
Livingston kicks to Iguodala. West a screen on Crawford. Iguodala dishes to Livingston. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
They caught the D in a rough spot and took advantage of them there.
Felton kicks to Bass. Spates the pass to Redick. Fires from deep. Redick can't get that one to fall.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. With the way the Clippers have ended the last 2 seasons, they can't help but feel nervous if they get back into the playoffs. Don't you think, Steve? 2 times in a row they've been up in a series. Both times they've ended up, going home losing.
Yeah, I think for the Clippers, but they got to look at it and say, hey, you know what? We've had injuries to star players. They won't be able to shake this until they win another series.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Drops, so they now lead by 1.
You talk about this backcourt of the Splash Brothers. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. I mean, they could go down as the greatest shooting backcourt in history.
Now, here's Bass. He had 22 points in the win against Indiana.
He was a shot-blocking nightmare out there. 4 blocks on the game and some alter shots as well.
Spates sets a screen. 4 on the clock. The tray. They get it again. Felton dishes to Spates. It's deflected. Livingston kicks it to West. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. The shot and game clock separated by 4.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
The Clippers have knocked down 5 of their 9 attempts at the stripes tonight.
Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Jamal Crawford, the former Michigan Wolverine, continues to thrive as a scorer.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Johnson comes in for Brandon Bass, and it's Rivers in for J.J. Redick. And Golden State also making a change. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. And so Jamal Crawford nails both of them.
He just can't miss from the line right now. He is the guy you want taking those shots.
Now here's Livingston. He has 6. To the inside. Here's McCaw. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got 4 assists in the game. There's Crawford with the 3. No good that time. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Warriors lead by 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Draymond, a strong first half offensively for the team. What are you doing right?
I mean, we're just letting them show us what's open. You got to just make sure we stay patient on the offensive end and let them tell us what play to make, where the open man is. We've been doing a great job of that. We got to keep it up in the second half.
Yeah, the defense leads you to the open man. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
First half in the books. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome back as we break down all the action. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
They obviously came in wanting to push the action. And so far, so good. They're looking to get easy transition baskets because the other team is not getting back on defense.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
I really like how they limited turnovers. You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice passes. When you can play like this and cut back turnovers, it can add up to over 10, 8, 12, 15, 16 easy points, Ernie. I don't know how many points, a lot of easy points. They'll be in good shape if they can keep making the same smart plays.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
The view from high above downtown Los Angeles, where we are returning to action here at the Staples Center. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
Yeah, the change has to be double teaming him. Single coverage will not get it done.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. It's the Sparks brothers in the backcourt. Green is out there with Durant, and it's Pachulia in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Curry, good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And it's 6 points for Steph Curry.
Now he's one of the best of the business in scoring inside the paint. That is dangerous.
And here is Paul. And the wide open shot from Redick. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Redick's got 9.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
On the defensive end, you have to fight through screen. That is a commitment.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by Durant. Outside Curry. 17-foot shot on the way. And the jumper is on the mark.
And the wingspan for Durant, so disruptive. Such a great score. I think people overlook the strides he's made at the defensive end.
Paul kicks to Redick. Paul is screen on Green. The dish to Paul. 5 to shoot. Looking to get it going. Here's Jordan. Excellent D there from Pachulia.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
That will be in his head. The next time he comes down the lane, he'll have thoughts about that one.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Paul. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got his 6th rebound on the night. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, we know our old friend Steve Kerr was new to coaching when he took the reins of the Warriors, but he'd mentored under the greats. He said that Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich both had an almost scary amount of presence. As for Steve, he said, I'm very laid back. I believe in the calm presence of a coach more so than the ranting and raving and screaming and yelling. Guess that's what he says to the referees anyway, guys.
Cool under pressure, but D.A., he's as competitive as they come. Thank you. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
The Clippers' window is closing. I mean, you look at them throughout the postseason, they've come up short a few times when we all thought they could advance a little bit more. And CP3 is aging a little bit right now.
With the Clippers, you know that they're feeling the pressure too, Steve. It's rare to have a team with as many stars as they do and not go deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, if you're a Clippers fan, though, and the Clippers organization, you need to approach it like this, one step at a time. They know they have talent to compete with anyone in this league. sometimes you get the feeling that they are just thinking too far ahead and not focusing on the now.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
DeAndre Jordan is just a physical specimen, an incredible defender and shot blocker, as well as a fearless and intimidating dunker.
Clippers trail by 5. Here's Paul, and the Clippers miss again.
Look, I know he wants to put the team on his back, carry them across the finish line, but it's all about getting a high percentage shot.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Here's Paul. The Warriors making the shot. Outside Jordan. Looking for Bass. He gets it there. Second chance shot, and it's good on the way in. Bass has got 12 points in the game.
And the second chance points aren't easy to come back. It's all about effort and hard work, and he has today made it look easy.
That's a carryover from the way he played in their last game. All-out energy plays on his way to a huge performance.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
So it's the Clippers now, following the score by Golden State. Back to Redick, pulls it up. Hits the front of the rim and out.
I like that shot for him, though. Very little defensive pressure. He typically rises up and buries that.
From deep, Green, and there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to Indiana. Paul passes to Bass. Now the feed to Redick. Shoots from the block, and he knocks down the jumper. He's got 11.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Nice shot by Thompson.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Redick with it. He's got 11. That's a 2 from Paul. Good. He hits the jump shot. Paul's got his second basket.
And really, CP3 is so good at reading the defense. If he knows he's getting the pass and they're playing off him, he'll torch you.
Now, here's Thompson. 16 points for him. It's Durant on the wing. Back to Thompson. Fires it up. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Thompson. Thompson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Paul dishes to Redick. The pass to Jordan. Bass with the screen. Jordan kicks to Paul. Cans it from downtown. Paul's got 5 points now this quarter.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Paul against Curry. Here's Thompson. 8 for 15 with that made basket, but he's not satisfied yet.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Paul against Durant. Paul passes to Jordan. Durant with the steal. It's Curry outside. Offensive rebound.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Paul against Curry. Outside for Redick. Jordan the screen. Jumper off the screen and too long on the shot.
The thing about setting screens, you have to be willing to sacrifice your body. It can't be half-hearted.
Thompson for 3. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 7 rebounds in the game. And perhaps, Steve, a fact that was lost last year for Klay Thompson was that he himself put up 276 made three-point shots on the season. Good for 3rd all-time in the NBA.
Highest total ever by a player not named Steph Curry. What Curry did was amazing, but people You sleep on what Clay was able to accomplish. Definitely one of the most gifted shooters ever to play. Draymond Green, the triple-double machine, was second in 2016 for the most in the entire NBA. He can rebound the basketball, he can score, and he loves to pass to the Splash Brothers.
He misses the free throw. And Steve, Green certainly is one of the perfect candidates to put up a triple-double every night. Might go out of his way to get it done at times.
Yeah, he did admit. Last year there was times where he was chasing a triple-double. He said, no more of that, I'm just going to play basketball. And you know what? He started to get more triple-doubles.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. No good at the stripe this time. His second misses also.
Draymond needs to work on his stroke from the stripe. Still looking to become consistent from the line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
The Warriors making a switch here. West is checked in.
I look at Austin Rivers, a guy who came to this league where you said he's a scorer, needed a basketball in his hand. But right now, he is a viable combo guard coming off the bench. Can run your team offensively at the point guard position, guard both positions, and he can still score.
Here's McCall. He has 6. He dishes it to Livingston. And he goes in for the dunk.
Beautiful play by Sean Livingston. Been able to probe, get inside on the defense, and finish with a slam.
Clippers trail by 7. And for Rivers, Steve, you could argue that uncertainty hampered his growth early in his career. He seems much more at home and is playing with a lot more confidence. You can just see it on the floor.
Yeah, I think for him is the game has slowed down. And you talk about confidence. Yes, he's usually coming off the bench, but he has the confidence like a starter, and that's what you love about Austin Rivers.
Crawford with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. Crawford missing again.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
You know, after all these years, you have to be impressed with Andre Iguodala's defense. He can guard 1 through 5. Yes, I said 1 through 5. And what I think he does best, he stays in position and he contests all shots.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Iguodala and his defense are still remarkable, and his ability to strip a player going up is still one of the best in the game.
Yeah, he takes that initial bump, great timing, quick hands, long arms. He's fantastic on the defensive end.
And Iguodala drops them both.
The free throw line is something that Iggy needs to work on. He's hit or miss from there.
Felton kicks to Spates. McGee with the block. Livingston up top. He's got 8 and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations.
Well, they're going to have to look elsewhere for points because he has pulled a Houdini and completely disappeared from the offense in this one. Just no production from him, and nothing seems to be in rhythm for him right now. It's just not his night.
And here is Los Angeles now. They trail by 9 points. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that'll be the 3rd of the 4 straight at home. Spates with a screen on Iguodala. High post shot. And Maurice Spates the bucket on the assist by Crawford. Spates has got 10. Golden State's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. And there's the call on Felton. That's foul number 2 for him. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Warriors, number 1.
You really got to admire their conditioning. I mean, it takes a major commitment to play that fast breaking style, and they are all in.
Here's McCall. He's guarded by Rivers. McCall, the pass to Iguodala. That one wide left. Clippers trail by 7. Rivers in the corner. Those 3-pointers off the mark. The Warriors shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
The Clippers shooting around 40% in the third, maybe settling for some less than ideal looks out there. Here's Spates. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Really outstanding job by the offense to get the ball right near the bucket.
Warriors leading by 7. Here is Livingston. He's got 8. Passes to West. It's stolen by Johnson. Baseline try. The Warriors pull it in. McGee's got 7 rebounds in the game.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And the basket by West. And Los Angeles guys shooting around 41% on the night. Felton kicks to Johnson. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. 16 points for Johnson.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
The mid-range jump shot, he's so comfortable. He's got such a great feel from that distance.
Here's McCall. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
Beautiful looking teardrop. That's a shot that's almost impossible to block.
Johnson with a screen on West. Felton dishes to Crawford. Johnson the screen. Right at the free throw line. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Crawford's got 10 points in the game.
Love watching Crawford shoot the ball. The confidence he has in himself is what drives him.
And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That is his first foul of the game. Clippers trail by 7. Outside, Felton. To the paint. Here's Spates. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Spates has got 6 points in the quarter.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
McCaw, the pass to McGee. Golden State moving the ball around. Iguodala kicks it to West. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
All you ask for is execution, and those shots will fall later.
And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Rivers, and the layup's good off the glass. And now just a 3-point Warrior lead.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Now Livingston. He's got 8. Dishes it to McGee. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Warriors have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. Now here's Felton. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Crawford outside. Here's Spates. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. The Warriors on top, up by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And now we take a look back to Doc Rivers talking to his team from his huddle.
Let's get this pace back up, all right? Get them to move that rock again.
And Doc Rivers, seeing that his team may be getting a little sluggish out there, he senses a lot. He always talks about that. Maybe a little complacent guys with the basketball.
Yeah, I mean, he wants the guys to play with a greater sense of urgency, but also play together. And that's when this group's at their best.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Paul out there with Austin Rivers. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Jordan. And it's Mbamute in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And it's Green missing. Clippers trail by 4. Lobs it up for Jordan. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
And that lob came from a mile away, and it was right on the money.
Talk about a long-distance connection. Now here's Curry. He feeds it to Thompson. And Jordan sends it back.
DeAndre is simply one of the most electrifying shot blockers in the game. If you put up a shot around him, you better put it up high.
Stolen by Rivers. To the paint to tie it up. They get it back. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. J.J. Redick's checked in for the Clippers. The Warriors also with a sub. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's tied up with that one.
The Warriors started off last season by winning 24 straight. That was the longest streak to start a season in the history of major North American sports.
Now here's Pachulia. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The free throw drops for Pachulia. Brandon Bass is checked in for Johnson. He's off on the second.
Unfortunate that he missed one, but he still hit a crucial point there to help get his team the lead.
Redick with the 3. Green with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
He just can't get it cranked up from beyond the arc. No threes in this half after just hitting 1 in the first. Fantastic pass to connect with his teammate on the move.
Paul with the ball. Out guarded by Pachulia. Redick for 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Redick's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Whenever Redick skies up for a three-pointer, you just think it's going in. He is as efficient as they come.
And Thompson kicks to Green. To the left wing. Golden State moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From about 19 feet. That one, no good. Great D that time from Redick to take the lead. Redick can't get that one to fall.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Draymond just fooling the D with the shot fake. He has really worked on making that an effective part of his offense.
Free throw drops for Green.
Steve Kerr, Coach of the Year. Not a bad way to start off your coaching career. Averaged 70 wins through his first 2 years. That is unreal.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And with Kerr, there were a lot of other coaches that had great seasons, but how can you not, Steve, give the award to someone who won 73 games?
Yeah, I totally agree. There were some coaches that did a fantastic job, but it came down to either Lou Walton or Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr obviously won it, and I'm happy for him.
Good on the bucket. And here is Durant. Pass to Pachulia. Back to Durant. Kept alive. Pachulia kicks to Thompson. Jacks up a three. Doesn't go that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Feeds to Paul. Thompson against Redick. Jordan dishes to Redick. Pass, a screen on Thompson. Paul for three. The Warriors pull it in. Pachulia's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Thompson passes to Kerr. Durant kicks to Pachulia. Durant against Mbamute. And Durant gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 2. Over in the corner, Mbamute. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
We all know that Curry broke the three-point record last year, putting up an incredible 402 made threes on the season. The fact that no one had reached 300 before, then he goes and gets 400 is just astonishing.
And that is what is the most impressive thing about the record. He broke his own record by over 100. It would be like a player hitting 90 home runs in a year. Little doubt that he's the best shooter of all time.
First one falls for him.
Curry's stroke is so effortless, especially from the free throw line.
And both free throws good for Curry. And who can forget Steph Curry going down in the playoffs last season? Very scary moment in the first round. He was able to return and contribute, but ultimately his team fell to the Cavs in the finals.
Just the fact that Curry was able to come back was huge. Goes to show you just how much can change in the playoffs with one injury.
Warriors leading by 4. Kicks it to Pachulia. Mbamute against Durant. It's tipped and stolen by Jordan. Paul with the ball. Outside, Redick. Jordan kicks to Paul. Here's Bass. Great D that time from Green.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
And that kind of tier defense is crucial to any team's success. Gotta defend the paint.
Free throw good from Thompson.
You have to be cautious when guarding Thompson. He is so crafty at getting to the stripe.
And so Thompson nails both of them. Clippers trail by 6. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Shots good from Mbamute.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Curry with it. Now guarded by Redick.
Chris Paul is one of those players that has all the individual accolades, but he has pressure to win a ring. When you start to look at Chris Paul, the window is closing a little bit. Hopefully he can get a chance to win one.
And for Paul, it's strange that a player of his talent, Steve, has yet to make it to a conference finals. It's amazing, in fact. Part of the problem is just facing stacked teams, it seems, every season in the West.
Yeah, it is. I think for CP3, I mean, getting a chance to just play in the finals with a dream come true, just having that opportunity, you said it best. It is so tough in the West to get to the Western Conference Finals.
And both free throws good for Curry. Clippers trail by 5. Paul dishes to Redick. Jordan kicks to Paul. They set the screen. Again, the miss by Paul.
Oof, rough game offensively. He's really struggled and really probably why they're trailing. They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Now here's Paul. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Here is Mbamute. Another shot. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Here is Paul. Outside Jordan. Down low. Here is Mbamute. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
How they let that happen, that is beyond me. Where is the fight? No easy baskets. Has to be their mentality on defense right now.
Free throw no good for Mbamute. Warriors leading by 5. Inside. Curry's shot is off.
We know what he's capable of inside. That's a good shot for him. He's kicking himself that he couldn't get it to go. He's just gone stone cold this period, and it's bringing the rest of the team down.
Unloads from 9, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Redick against Thompson. Jordan the screen. Here is Mbamute. And the Clippers miss again.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from Chris Paul.
Now we can say it. He's a completely different shooter this half. Much more confidence, much more success.
Mbamute against Durant. It's stolen by Bass. He kicks it to Paul. Pulls from the top of the key. Good as the jump shot falls. Now just a 1-point Warrior lead.
Yeah, he hasn't had much luck getting shots to fall here. Just 2 of 7 down the stretch.
Curry gets to Green. Green with a screen for Thompson. Green, the pass to Durant. One of the most impactful free agent moves in league history, certainly Kevin Durant. Greg signing with the Golden State Warriors.
It sent shockwaves through the league. I mean, we've heard of teams with 3 All-Stars before, but, you know, the Warriors now have 4. And when you look at Curry, Thompson, Durant, and Green, you could argue that each of them are the best at their respective position in the NBA. Well, that is scary for the opposition. And for Kevin Durant, guys, when he left Oklahoma City to join the Warriors, he knew he'd face a backlash. I mean, fans in Oklahoma City, some felt betrayed, critics who said he took the easy way out. But in the end, he went with his gut, decided to face that criticism and go outside his comfort zone and his safe haven, if you will, in OKC. And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
Paul outside. Bass with a screen for Paul. Paul missing again. And for Durant, his choice to join the Warriors, Greg, seemed to be about winning, but also about the culture that they have developed out there.
Yeah, I mean, the Thunder had often been criticized for the way their offense would at times break down into the quote-unquote hero ball, but the Warriors play an unselfish style. Players who love to pass the ball and who can also get along great off the court. I think that was a huge part of what attracted KD to the Warriors.
Here's Curry. The Clippers getting the bucket. Green kicks to Thompson. And he gets the bucket. Thompson's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Got to feel confident whenever Thompson has the ball in his hands in these situations.
Jordan kicks to Paul. Pass to Crawford. The dish to Bass. Shot clock at 6. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in. Golden State's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Curry kicks to Green. Thompson in the corner. Over to the left wing. Curry dishes to Green. Golden State needs to get off a shot. The shot by Curry, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The shot by Redick, no good. The Warriors leading. Thompson with it, now guarded by Redick. Thompson passes to Curry. Tries from 16. That one off the back iron and out. And for the Clippers, their shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. The score now all even. 16 points for J.J. Redick.
Whenever they need a crucial bucket, they turn to J.J. He has been in these situations many times before.
Curry kicks to Durant. Second shot opportunity. No good there. Good D by Jordan. Call against Durant. Here's Crawford. Green with the block. It's stolen by Bass. Crawford up top. Defended by Durant. Called. No one around him. And that misses. That would have put him up. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Durant, no good. And they're in position to take the lead.
And how big would a bucket be at this stage of the game?
Got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pachulia. Left in the fourth quarter. Kicks it out to Paul to take the lead. Paul can't get that one to fall.
Oh, man. He hasn't had the rhythm tonight. Tried to make up for it there, but it just wasn't meant to be.
Pachulia with the screen on Redick.
And that's the problem with guarding Thompson. He is so versatile and can attack you on the drive in addition to his shooting ability.
He sinks the clutch free throw. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
This guy is the definition of the word clutch. He has all the trust in the world from his teammates in these kinds of situations.
Okay, Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
And during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. He said, we've got to pick it up right here, right now. If we're going to win this game, we have to take control. This is the time. Kevin.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth. And there's the feed to Curry. Back to Thompson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. That's on J.J. Redick.
Just a phenomenal pump fake from Thompson. So good at getting defenders to leave the ground.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a three-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a four-point ball game.
Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those two to fall.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 4. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Bass. Great D that time from Durant.
How about him there, just bodying him up to make him alter the trajectory on that shot.
Make your presence felt. He definitely altered that shot.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5. And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 5. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, coaches tell them take the easy points in a hurry and then foul as soon as possible.
They don't have a whole lot of time left, so that strategy makes the most sense.
$15 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Redick inside the line. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. And that's it for him. He's fouled out. Not only that, we're in the bonus, and we'll have to go to the line for 2. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game. Paul outside, and Bass kicks to Redick. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And you can see it. He knew he made a mistake the second the ball left his hands.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Z, you guys were playing a team that really gave you a great effort, but you were able to overcome that and get the win.
Well, we expected this kind of game from them, but, you know, we gotta do our thing, you know, what we're doing. Play our game. We have to bring the energy. That's the most important thing right now.
Zaza, thanks for your time, man. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Draymond Green. What can you say? Double-double on a big night. Of course, any victory is big, but he really seemed to put a little extra effort into this one.
Draymond Green wins games for you. It's just that simple. The energy, the intensity that he brought onto the floor tonight is incredible. Defensively, he's one of the few guys in the league that can guard all 5 positions. That alone makes Draymond Green a unique and special talent.
Well, he hadn't been himself for a while until tonight. This was the star player we're all used to seeing. With the way he broke out, I can officially say that whatever slump he was going through is over, finito, kaput, bye-bye, gone.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, a spectacular, just great. I mean, see ya.
Good night.